One way I like to say it is, an anecdote is that if I were to cut my hand, cut it open and I'm bleeding, I would want to do a couple of things. I would want to wash it, and I would want to put a Band-Aid on it, or a bandage. But beyond that, I wouldn't want to work on it. I wouldn't try to make it heal itself in any way. It would just take care of that. So what the neurofeedback process begins to do is to let people not only come to recognize mentally, but to feel viscerally that there's a lot of things that they don't actually need to do. They can just let a part of them which is outside of their mental recognition and outside of their control to take over, to release, to heal, and to become more vital through releasing effort rather than doing. The process is, although there's a lot of sophisticated things underneath the hood, it's a very simple process by which people receive information. The technology side of it will be monitoring someone's brainwaves, and during that monitoring process, the equipment will detect certain kind of turbulence, a certain kind of mental struggle. Equipment will detect that, and then at that very moment will interrupt the emergence of that pattern of mental effort, mental struggle. And how it does that is you'll be listening to music, relaxing music, and the music will have a little stutter, a bit of static, and that the aspect when the music cuts out for that fraction of a second, it captures our attention. It gets us to reorient our attention to what's going on around us. It's like a tap on the shoulder. It says, hey, what's that? What's going on around me? So that redirects our attention from whatever was going on in our heads, or even in the back of our heads, or even in our unconscious. And it will direct that mental energy and those patterns of our brain waves right into the present, into, oh, what's happening right now? And for people who are anxious and uneasy, living in a state of unease, that directing that attention towards the moment right now allows them to see, yes, I'm sitting in a chair, I'm listening to music, and I feel good, things are good. Even with very good guidance, you can spend decades trying to become aware of and release the aspects of mind that are not helpful. And with this process, your master, or your guru, so to speak, is tapping you on the shoulder every few seconds, rather than a whack with a stick, once a day or a week. So you can actually cut years, if not decades, off of this kind of meditative or mental relaxation process. But the result can be similar. Having a peace of mind, a vitality, and a joy which flows effortlessly, and which really is the goal. That's my passion. That's why I do what I do, and I think it's much more available to people than they realize. Someone has come to me who describes herself as being profoundly depressed for 40 years. That's a long time, and it's very moving to me how difficult that must be. And she had tried so many other things, lots of different kinds of talk therapy, and after one or two sessions began to see a kind of light at the end of the tunnel, where she was beginning to be appreciative of the little things in her life, and after a few weeks, something over 10 and up to 15 sessions, she had a new lease on life, basically, but was feeling really wonderful about going about her life. There's some changes she needs to make, but she enjoyed walking the dog and really being outside, and just was really feeling joy again, feeling inspired to wake up and live the way that she wanted to. All the training that we've had since we were kids and began going to school is this is what you do, this is the way you do it, this is how we need to engage our environment in order to be successful. And it all involves doing, grasping, getting, making, driving, and there's a lot of wonderful things that have and that come from that, but it denies the other side, the balance, in which there's a lot of good that can come from letting go and allowing the natural, let's say, the natural ecosystem of our minds and bodies to grow and to take care of themselves without a kind of interference which is not necessary.